What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media, the podcast. Let's get right at it right now. I want to know how many of you out there, put this in the comment section of this video, how many of you had a chance to look at the article, very short article in USA Today, where I believe they quoted Coach Prime when he had admitted that he had inherited a big mess at Colorado, a really bad team that had some really bad habits in terms of players that really had bad habits. And that's what I want to get in today, because of course we know that he has had his share of critics out there in the world who have criticized him for using the transfer portal in the way he has to rehaul his team. And he only has 1 year to do it, and that would be this year, because in the past he would have never, if they didn't have this rule, he would have been stuck with a team, the same team that went 1-11, and it would have really been a really difficult situation for Coach Prime. That's the way I see it. Now with this transfer portal situation, it allows him to really bring in some better players, because that's why they were losing. They had a bad attitude. Attitude reflects leadership, which obviously there was not good leadership, but Coach Prime really inherited a whole bunch of mess. I've got some video that I want to play for you where he's being interviewed. I got some video of Joel Sanders breaking down what his father is looking for in players, what Coach Prime is looking for in players. And this really should put to rest all the criticism of those naysayers out there that are haters, that are saying so much about what he's doing with the transfer portal as it relates to Pat Nadusi, and you know he ran his mouth and what have you. But Prime inherited a really bad situation. I want to put some things in perspective, what he actually inherited, because he admitted in the article, as I put this up here, Coach Prime described the team he inherited at Colorado as a mess that was rife with junk, foolishness, prompting him to get rid of it, basically get rid of those players. He pointed where he now only has about 10 scholarships for players that are returning from that 1-11 team from last year, out of a roster of 85 players. Let me emphasize this more. He admitted that he inherited a complete mess. That's what people don't understand. A lot of people weren't checking for Colorado because they weren't a winning team, so they don't really know what he had stepped into. Only Coach Prime knows, and the AD, Rick George, knows. Now, when you inherit this type of mess, they brought him there to win, not lose, not BS around. These players were not getting the job done that were there prior. Let's put some things in perspective. I'm going to put this data up here. I don't know how many of you out there are aware of how really bad Colorado as a program, how really bad they were. Colorado, the Buffs, have been outscored 128-30. This is the first time in the history of Colorado. We're talking about 132 years. Okay? 132 years. I'm going to look at this right over here because I want y'all to hear and see what I'm saying. It's been 132 years in the history of Colorado that they've lost games like this, 128-30. During their opening season in the year that they went 1-11, the first 3 games they lost by an average of 25 plus points. The first 3 opening games, they were blown away by 25 points, losing by 25 points. That's a serious issue that Coach Prime found himself in, and this is why he had to get rid of some of these players who didn't either want to be there, who didn't live up to his goals, his strategies, who didn't have the attitude to win. Now, this is another startling statistic. In their blowouts, I'm looking at my board over here. In their blowout losses, Colorado was outgained in those games by 1,346 yards to 736 yards. You hear me? 1,346 yards. They were outgained to 736 yards. This team was piss poor. Hear what I'm saying to you folks. Let me look at the other part of my board here. Colorado Buffs have allowed 348. This is just in their 1-11 year of going really bad. There's been a lot of bad teams in college football, but this was really bad. They allowed 348 rushing yards per game. You understand what I'm saying here? I pause for the effect of it all. They lost 348. They gave up 348 yards per game. They were dead last. Colorado Buffs were dead last in the country and 99 yards more than the second worst team that year, which was Louisiana Tech. Now, let me give you another number that will blow you away. Colorado opponents have rushed for 152 times for 1,044 yards and an average of 6.9 yards per carry and 13 touchdowns. So that means damn near every team that Colorado played just a year ago in their 1-11 campaign, losing campaign, was averaging 6.9 yards per carry, 152 times that each team they were able to put up 1,044 yards of offense on Colorado. This is the opponents rushed. Let me correct what I was saying. The opponents that they played were able to rush for 152 times for 1,044 yards with an average of 6.9 yards per carry. That's pretty serious. Now you understand why Coach Prime had to gut this team, retool this team, bring in more and more quality players. Let you hear from Coach Prime when he had a press conference earlier this year. Here we go.
Hi, Coach. Nikki Edwards, CU Sports Report. I know you mentioned that you're looking for dogs in the portal, but are there any specific position groups you're looking to fulfill?
Everything. Every group. We've been pretty successful. We can't tell you everything, but we're pretty good. This weekend is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a lot of, I think, 24 players, as well as guys that are potential guys that we're going to sign right now and hope to sign and hope to get a commitment when they come on the trip and see how beautiful this city is and this university is. We're happy.
Hi, Coach Adam. Let's Tiger 24/7
How you doing,
Sports.
man?
Thanks for being with us again. From that first scrimmage to the second scrimmage, were there any areas you saw your team show improvements or regression?
Yeah. I think the entirety of the team, we're getting to the ball better. We're hustling. We're getting in better condition, better shape. You got to understand the personality of your position coaches, and we try to identify with that. And those are the type of kids that we want. A kid a lot like your O-line coach, a kid a lot like your receiver coach, a kid that embodies your tight end coach on just thinking about the offensive side of the ball.
Now, let me give it some more perspective here. Coach Prime, as we know, has brought in 46 transfers from other four-year schools to build his roster, including 10 from Jackson State, where Coach Prime coached since 2020. He was there in 2020. We already know that. Another 17 recruits are coming from high school, along with 4 from junior college. Coach Prime said he has had a back handful of scholarships to award to non-scholarship players. That would be your walk-on players or other players who earn themselves a seat or a roster spot as part of the 85 scholarship limit. I just want to keep that in perspective here.
Running back coaches, Coach Flea, those are the type of kids we want. And these guys are trying their butts off. They're working their butts off to make that happen. But we know what we want, and we're going to get it.
Hey, Coach Prime, Pat Graham, Associated Press.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for taking the time. Have you noticed the buzz on campus, and what's it been like just reading around town?
Say that first part. Have I noticed what on campus?
The buzz about CU football. I mean,
I'm not on campus much. When I'm on campus, I'm on a mission to go. I think the business school. I think I've spoken to a different type of. Oh, I like that hat, man. That's my man there. That's Old Faithful. Yeah, but it's been phenomenal. I do get out about around town and dine at several different places, and I love I took a bike ride on campus. I think I got lost the other day down the trail, and I went so far I had to darn near push the bike back. I was so tired. But it's a beautiful thing, and I love the landscape. I just love everything about CU, man. I can't wait till these kids get here and their parents to see how.
So incredible. He loves CU. He loves what it's about. And as he said, he can't wait for the kids to get there to enjoy the campus and all that it has to offer. Let me, if I can, I want to make something very, very, very clear. This is what he was quoted as saying to USA Today in their sports section. Coach Prime, I'm going to say this again. Coach Prime described the team that he inherited at Colorado as a mess that was reef with junk, foolishness, prompting him to get rid of all those negatives. And of course, he had mentioned in a recent video that he had guys, bringing music to meetings. And he says, hey, if you, this is not going to happen. We're not going to have radios in our team meetings. If you ever do something like that again, this is the last time me and you will ever see each other. Basically, he's going to get rid of you. Coach Prime is serious. He's not playing games. You're bringing radios to meetings. This is what he inherited. This is why you had some of these young men who left through the transfer portal because they weren't willing to live up to his standards. Because attitude reflects leadership. I'm going to say that again. And he had to get rid of these players that could not meet they didn't meet up the standard. Now, he didn't outright say, well, we pushed them out. He said a lot of these kids left on their own because why? He told them what the standards were going to be. I pause for effect again. I want you to hear a little bit of this recent interview that he had. Here we go.
That's unbelievable, man.
Wanted to play here. So I know why I love this place.
Mm-hmm.
So right there, Coach Prime, they're talking about him projecting. He's saying you're going to have this 1 year, or you're having this 1 year right now, Coach Prime, where you're able to reshape your team through the transfer portal, because this is a rule set in place for first-time head coaches that are taking over a team or a program for the first time. Next year, he won't have the luxury of using the transfer portal as he's done this year. And that's why Coach Prime, as you heard him say there, I gotta get it right. This is a man on a mission. Let's hear some more of him at his earlier press conference once more.
Anywhere else, it's beautiful. I wanted yesterday to be Saturday. I really do. I want that. That's what I'm praying for.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell from the
How you doing,
Daily
sir?
Camera. Good. How are you? Two questions, if I could. But I'm curious, first off, how you're feeling with your leg and everything as you've gone through spring, and are you getting
Thank you
any
for
better?
your concern. Yeah, we got a mission with one of the companies that we're partnered with called Fourth Quarter. They're trying to get me.
I just wanted to say here that let's give some well wishes to Coach Prime. He's had problems with the leg. He's had some issues, and I'm hearing that there's some issues going on medically still. And let's just hope that the best in that area works out for him. As he said, they're making special type shoes for him to be able to stand the discomfort of being on his feet for that long on the football field. So I'm just hoping that everything works out for him in that regard. Now let me go on to Shedeur Sanders, his son, who is the quarterback ranked number 8 in the Pac-12. That's where they have him ranked, but we'll see how he's able to prove everyone that he's better than just ranked 8th, that he can be a top contender here in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is loaded with a lot of talent, and we'll just have to see how it all works out for him. But like father, like son, Shedeur Sanders knows that his father has a standard, an attitude, and if you don't fit that, you're not going to be in the program very long. They know what they need. They need winners. So let's hear what the son had to say about that. Here we go.
Like, if these players aren't really, I would say, have the same mindset or same goals or have the same passion and have that dog in them, have that it factor with them, being comfortable with losing and stuff, you can't really do nothing with that. So it's like, this is the thing, everybody gets a fair chance, fair playing field on everything. Now, if you don't perform or live up to the expectation, then that's on you. So I can't, he knows, I know, like it's no secret, like, hey, look, we need some guys. So it's not a secret, it's just like he's just being honest with people. And that's what a lot of people don't like now.
I got to give him a clap on that. That's Shedeur Sanders. He couldn't have been any more honest than what he was. He said his father knows that we got to get some talent here. We got to get some guys. And if you don't meet or measure up, you're not going to be there very long. And that's what he had to do to get this team reshaped. Shedeur Sanders, his son knows that. He's the quarterback. He knows it. That was real talk. And I just want to play a little bit of that again near the end, because he made it very clear that some people just don't like how his father's going about it, but he's doing something because the goal is to win. I want y'all to hear this part right here again.
Look, we need some guys. So it's not a secret, it's just like he's just being honest with people. And that's what a lot of people don't like now.
You hear what he just said there? His father is saying, we need some guys. We need some guys that can play. We need some dogs. And the fact of the matter is people don't like that honesty. And I often wonder if people are used to people lying to them, but then when you are honest with people, they can't handle the truth.
Tell the truth.
With that said, everybody, thank you for listening to this podcast. This is Prime Sports Media. You know that I'll be back with more presentation. Thank you. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Thank you. I made it to 2,000 subscribers now, and I really appreciate all of you who made that possible. And we're going to do this again, folks. Take care.
That's what spring is for. Now we can assess the talent and make the proper adjustments from the portal shortly thereafter. And I love that because there's going to be a lot of talent in the portal shortly thereafter to garnish. Change has to be provoked, and that's why we're here. If it was great, I wouldn't be here. We just got to find the type of kids that are who we are, and we will, expeditiously. But I don't want them to get misguided, because what you see is not what you're going to see. You heard that? What you see is not what you're going to see, okay? And that's a loaded response. You all know. We have the team here to win. Not just to be successful, to win it all. That's the way we think. We didn't just bring you in here to just compete. We brought you in here to dominate. Am I right or wrong? Is there anything about me, any sense of life that I give you that I'm not here to dominate? We're not just here to win, we're here to dominate. I don't like to question what you think the record gonna be. Well, shoot, I really want to say we're gonna win it all, because that's the way I think. But that gets controversial. Then I put y'all on the hook. And I don't know if y'all built for that right now. We're going through this summer to see if you built for that. Who built for it? Who built for it? Now, who built to ride with me? Who built to get with me? Who built to talk that talk and walk that walk? Who is built like that?